It's a comment about from memes about my friend Dick Feynman, well-known physicist who died in 1987.
In my field at the present time, I'm a slightly famous man. At the time, I was not anybody famous at all. I did not even have my degree when I started to work on stuff associated with the Manhattan Project.
87, 88, around then, 87, I think. Asking, I think in response to something I was saying before, is that why Feynman liked explaining neutrons to plant workers and so on?
And I went through the whole thing explaining where all the dangers were, what you would have to do to fix it. It's rather easy. You put cadmium in solutions to absorb the neutrons in the water. You separate the boxes so they're not too dense, too much uranium together and so on according to certain rules. And so I worked out all the examples and how it worked. I felt that you couldn't make the plant safe unless you knew how it worked.
Yeah, he enjoyed it. Look, in a sense, I got this idea from him.
And nuclear physics and all these things, and I didn't know very much about it. I'd been doing other kinds of things.
I think I was probably doing it anyway, but he liked explaining things to people, and he always enjoyed that. And I don't think
Oppenheimer said to me, now he said, when you go, they're following people that are technically able down there at Oak Ridge, Mr. Julian Webb, so-and-so and so on. I want you to make sure that these people are at the meeting, that you tell them the safety problem, that they really understand they're in charge. And I said, suppose they're not at the meeting, what am I supposed to do? He said, then you should say, Los Alamos cannot accept the responsibility for the safety of the Oak Ridge plant unless these guys. I said, you mean me, Little Richard's going to go in there and say? He says, yes, Little Richard, you go and do that. I said, I really grew up fast.
I don't think I ever really had the conversation with him. I remember talking to him.
There was a big meeting about this very serious problem of the safety because the plant would never work. It would have blown up. I swear it would have if nobody had paid attention to it.
A bunch about sort of the process of explaining things, but I don't think that he really explained to me that he explained things to people so he understood them better himself. I'm not sure that really came up so much.
There was a lieutenant who took care of me. He told me that some colonel says that I shouldn't tell him how the neutrons work and all the details because we want to keep the thing separate. I just tell them what to do to keep it safe. I said, in my opinion, it's impossible for them to understand or to obey a bunch of rules that they don't understand unless they understand how it works. And so it's my opinion that it's only going to work if I tell them. And Los Alamos cannot accept the responsibility for the safety of the Oak Ridge plant unless they are fully informed as to how it works. It was great.
I think he was more, I'm going to inform other people rather than it's so much for myself. Although that must have been, I think he enjoyed communicating ideas to other people. He really enjoyed seeing people kind of light up and understanding ideas. I also enjoy that. That's why this would be more fun in person, so to speak, than just looking at the camera lens, so to speak.
I was always flittering about underneath somewhere. I wasn't the absolute bottom, as it turned out. I did get sort of up a few steps, but I wasn't one of the higher people. So I want you to try to put yourself in a different kind of condition than the introduction said. And just imagine this young graduate student that hasn't got his degree yet, is working on his thesis. And I'll start by saying how I got into the project and then what happened to me. That's all, just what happened to me during the project. So he goes to the colonel and he says to the colonel, this is just 5 minutes, he says. So he goes to the window and he starts and thinks. And that's what they're very good at. They're good at making decisions. I thought it was very remarkable how a problem of whether or not information as to how the bomb works should be in the Oak Ridge plant or not had to be decided and could be decided in 5 minutes. So I have a great deal of respect for these military guys because I never can decide anything very important in any length of time at all. So he looks 5 minutes, he says, all right, Mr. Feynman, go ahead. So he sat down and I told him all about neutrons, how they work, there are too many neutrons together, you got to keep the material apart, cadmium absorbs them, slow neutrons are more effective than fast neutrons, yak. All stuff which was elementary prima stuff at Los Alamos, but they had never heard of any of it. So I turned out to be a tremendous genius to them. I was the gods coming down from the sky with all these phenomena that were not understood, never heard of before. I knew all about it. I could give them facts and numbers and everything else. So by being rather primitive back there at Los Alamos, I was a super genius at the other end.